You're watching Good Day Siouxland with Mallory Smith, Nick Wilson, and meteorologist Victor Perez. From KCAU 9 News, this is Good Day Siouxland.
Good morning. It is 6:45 on this Friday morning. I'm Mallory Smith.
I'm Nick Wilson.
I'm Victor Perez.
Gosh, I am so glad to see that it is Friday. But there are some things that we need to talk about coming up, especially this weekend. So what are we going to be seeing?
Well, we're already starting to see some storm coverage out to the west. It's not really going to make its way in. Our concerns for storms actually tomorrow. We'll touch on that right now. As the KCAU-9 studio camera shows that conditions are looking just a little hazy out there. We have seen saturation levels almost met in Sioux City as we see that traffic is starting to get piled back up as you're looking down at the westbound of Highway 20. So coming into town, you're starting to see traffic add up as winds across the area are being reported under 5 miles per hour still for most of us, and a few locations a little bit above that, but still pretty quiet. Now keep an eye on Saturday because there's potential for severe weather as we go through the overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Storm potential really kicks off around midnight to 1 in the morning, with western areas seeing the potential for the day today. Won't be really making its way into the area for today. Might just catch an isolated storm or two until we expect the showers coming up later on. I'll let you know about that as we go forward, but we're definitely keeping an eye on it with potential for large hail and damaging winds added with the storms tomorrow. Back to you.
Awesome. Thanks, Victor, for that. Well, new developments in the aftermath of the partial building collapse in Davenport, as an effort is underway to join the building's tenants together in a class action lawsuit against the city. The attorney behind the suit met with several tenants yesterday. He says experts are still reviewing evidence from the collapse site to determine a possible cause. A Scott County, Iowa judge is expected to combine some of the individual lawsuits the city is already facing into one because of the increasing number.
On the plaintiff side, representing anybody that's been harmed or displaced, we are all going to have to work well together. And there's an important reason why. It's because all these matters are likely to have to be resolved as one.
Attorneys who represented victims of a building collapse in Florida are also assisting with the Davenport litigation.
Overseas, the American journalist being held in Russia on espionage charges will remain behind bars for now. That's after a Moscow court rejected an appeal for release from Wall Street Journal reporter Evan Gershkovich yesterday. The journalist is a U.S. citizen, and he was arrested in late March while on a reporting trip. He will be kept in custody until at least August 30th. The U.S. government declared Gershkovich is wrongfully detained, and they demanded his immediate release back in April.
And back in the U.S., with growing concern about the possibility of nuclear weapons being used in Ukraine, 2 U.S. senators want to pass a resolution with a warning for Russia.
If you use a nuclear weapon as an effort to turn around this war, you're not going to turn around the war in Ukraine. You're going to get into war with NATO.
The resolution comes after Russia's recent decision to send tactical nuclear weapons to the neighboring nation of Belarus. The 2 senators, one Republican and one Democrat, say the development should worry everyone. However, they insist that they don't want the U.S. military involved in the war, saying their goal is the exact opposite.
What we're trying to do is avoid American troops being engaged by a miscalculation on Putin's part that we would simply sit by.
If you want to avoid a war between Russia and NATO, you need to jump on board with what we're trying to do.
The senators say the resolution would deter use of nuclear weapons by letting Russia know that they risk, quote, total obliteration by NATO forces, end quote.
Changing topics now, it's time to meet today's Stray of the Day.
And every day we share a pet that's been picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption Rescue who's waiting to go home.
Yeah, this is Leo, a 1 to 2-year-old male bulldog mix. He weighs about 60 pounds. He was found on the 2300 block of Wall Street. The rescue says that he's a little shy and a little timid until he gets used to you. But he's good with other dogs. He's available for adoption now.
If you've lost your pet, or if you're looking to adopt, or if you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the rescue's website. That's at SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. And if you still need an extra dose of adorable animals to get you through the last day of the work week, tune into KCAU 9 News at 11:30.
Yeah, that's right. Every Friday morning, we'll feature an adoptable pet from Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue right here in the studio. Be sure to join us for that later this morning. Well, Leo is 60 pounds, so I was going to say he's a pretty small guy, he looks like, but he's about medium size.
He might just be stocky, pretty muscular.
Yeah, that's true. Typically, bulldogs like that.
Yeah,
a little stockier.
I'm surprised he's that heavy. He didn't look that big in the photo. That photo did him justice, I would say.
I know. Can I get a photographer like that? Showing off my good sides? All right. Well, it seems like he is not going to be liking this heat today, but hopefully he'll find some shade in the cloud coverage because I know dogs with black coats, they don't really like the sun.
We'll probably getting a little warm, but thankfully we'll see that there should be increasing cloud coverage through the daytime as temperatures are currently being reported in the 60s across most of the viewing area. But what we're keeping an eye on is potential for some showers and storms as we look out across the region with an emphasis for the batches that are moving in. Now, as they move in, they've kind of been losing some of the steam that they have as they reach a little bit of inhibition. It's keeping those storms from crossing over and really entering the Siouxland area. We'll keep an eye on them anyways, though, because they're going to start to reach some of those western extremes, at least briefly, as you'll see them fall apart and fizzle out as we go through the rest of the day here on Friday. Now, Friday evening, we'll see showers and storms moving in through tomorrow as we go through the morning hours, so that we see those showers and storms pretty much out of the way, close to right around this time actually. And then we'll have batches of showers and storms through the afternoon hours with conditions that are going to be a little bit wetter, as we'll see rain accumulation that's looking like it really picks up through the morning hours of Saturday, with most of Siouxland seeing at least a few tenths of an inch, a few quarters of an inch, and maybe a half inch here and there. Now, temperatures today are going to be rising up into the upper 80s, and we'll see that most of us will be seeing a nice cool down for Saturday and Sunday after those showers before we see increasing temperatures through the work week.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Victor. Well, now we're going to turn to sports, where we have Siouxland baseball title game action and some news from the basketball world to make things up. Anthony Mitchell has those details in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. It's conference championship time, kicking the action off in the Western Valley Conference. Kingsley Pearson, Woodbury Central, the top two seeds in the WVC, squaring off for all the marbles. These two teams, they faced off just 9 days ago. Panthers are in the win. Wildcats wanting to change the outcome. Home team's bats on fire to start the game here. Drew Clunder delivers a pitch. It's hit right back up the middle. Throw to first base off the mark. That bring home Emerson Pratt. Jackson Nissen up to bat shortly after. He hits a grounder to second base. The throw to first yet again wide. 2 runs this time score. KP put up 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning. What a start there. You certainly can't complain if you're the home team. But the Wildcats not going away here in this one. Clunder throwing the heat, blowing it past Emerson Pratt to get Woodbury Central off the field, back at the plate, hoping to score some runs in the matchup. But the WVC 1 seed turned up the pressure. KP gets on base yet again, using strong base running to put another run on the board. Kingsley Pearson wins the WVC title 8-4. Now on the softball side of the WVC tournament, it was number 1 West Monona versus number 2 MVA-OCOU advancing out of the semifinal round. Meeting in the championship game at Law and Bronson, the Spartans took home the win in the regular season. The top 2 seeds, they made it this far. Let's settle it here at a neutral site. Bottom first, Casey Miller with a fly ball down the left field line, but look at the Sydney Truck hustle coming in, sliding for the out. Top of the second now with Rams on second and third, 2 outs. Carly Stengel the pitch and the quick reflexes to snag the liner for the third out to keep it scoreless. Bottom half, bases juiced for Miller, flies it out to right this time. Fielder can't squeeze it in that glove. 2 runs come in. Nevaeh Haley rounds third, rushes in to make it a third run. West Monona, they score 4 runs in the inning. Spartans baseball team stopping by to cheer on the team, but the Rams fight back. Reagan Suitgens blast one to deep center field. She'll hustle in with a stand-up triple to start the inning. West Monona looking to get out of the inning unscathed, but the catcher can't hold on to strike 3. Throws it over to the first baseman. Suitgens comes in for the run, but it's West Monona winning the conference title 8-1. The 2023 NBA draft is officially in the books, with the lives of many of the world's top basketball players changing as they hear their names called by the commissioner. This year's rookie class headlined by one of the most intriguing prospects in years. The San Antonio Spurs were the owners of the first overall pick. They selected Victor Wembanyama out of France. The 7'2" center has an 8-foot wingspan. And how about this? Wears a 20.5 size shoe, all while being just 19 years old. He becomes the third number 1 overall pick in franchise history and the last since Tim Duncan was selected at number 1 back in 1997. Also, Iowa's Chris Murray was picked in the first round, going 23rd overall to the Portland Trail Blazers, 1 pick before the Sacramento Kings, where his brother and former Hawkeye Keegan Murray plays. And finally, a look at the Sioux City Explorers score from last night's game against the Kansas City Monarchs, with the X's earning a big 8-1 win on the road. Starting pitcher Trenton Tuplakar went 8 innings, striking out 5 batters, only allowing 1 run. At the plate, 6 Explorers registered a hit, with Miguel Sierra, Daniel Perez, and Jack Kelly racking up a combined 6 RBI. The X's, they win the series, and up next, they make their last stop on the road trip, kicking off a 3-game series at Fargo-Moorhead starting tonight. That'll be all for sports. Have a good day, Siouxland.
Now let's take a look at this morning's top stories.
It's what you need to know before you go. Possible good news for some Siouxlanders, as an appeals court has upheld a 2020 order for the federal government to pay landowners along the Missouri River for years of flooding. In its ruling, the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Federal Circuit also requires the federal government to cover crop losses and damages from the floods of 2011. The court sided with landowners who sued in 2014, arguing the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers caused recurrent flooding after changing how it manages the Missouri River's flow to protect endangered fish and birds. More than 370 landowners from Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota, and 3 other states are currently represented in the lawsuit. Attorneys for the landowners expect the government to appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court.
And elsewhere, the South Dakota State Board of Regents met along with several state lawmakers. The meeting came as Governor Kristi Noem revealed some of the complaints received by the state's higher education whistleblower hotline, including pushes for mask mandates and endorsements for critical race theory. This week's roundtable discussion looked at challenges and opportunities facing the state's public universities.
We wanted to make sure that they knew that they had a good, strong partner in the legislature. The legislature and the regents have teamed up to work on affordability, to work on keeping activism out of the schools, to work on student success broadly. That's a partnership that's worked in the past, and we think it's going to keep working well.
I think we want to keep college affordable. We want to have access for our workforce development, and we want to keep politics out of the universities.
The discussion comes less than a month after Governor Kristi Noem sent a 4-page letter to the Board of Regents with a number of action items for the higher education in the Rushmore state. Some of those included banning drag shows, removing all references to preferred pronouns, and allowing students to exercise their right to free speech. All right, well, turning our attention to weather now. I know we have some storms coming up this weekend, but today, well, at least for right now, remaining fairly calm.
Yeah, we're seeing pretty quiet conditions. I mean, some western areas might catch an isolated shower or storm, as what we have west of Siouxland begin to fizzle out a little bit as it travels east. We'll see temperatures today that are going to be rising up into the upper 80s before we cool off for the weekend with the passage of that low pressure system, which gives us potential for showers and storms through the day tomorrow, with a possibility for the morning to have some severe weather. We're looking at Sunday to be a little bit cooler and breezier before we start to see clearing skies and warming conditions through next work week. But there's a couple of showers and storms that appear next week that could cool us down as well.
Is that Saturday on there? That's going to be Saturday in the Park?
Yes.
Wow, that's really coming up.
Yep, I did not realize it was only a week away.
I know, I didn't realize it was that close, but I mean.
Sure sneaks up on you.
Yeah, wow, at least we'll have some good temperatures that week for that.
Looking forward to it.
All right, well, thanks so much for watching and have a great rest of your morning.